Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update in the advanced server. This update will probably be applied on the original server on February 11. First on our list are the changes in the fragment shop. Remember, the changes will be on February 11, so you only have a few days left. They adjusted Kim's energy recovery with her second skill. It now gives lesser energy in the early levels, but higher at max level. Here is a comparison of her skill in advanced and original server. They are really weakening Kimi's early game potential. Ling got nerfed again. His critical chance from his passive skill is now lower by 10%. His first skill cooldown is adjusted to 10 seconds at all levels. His second skill now has lower damage. The damage scaling is reduced by 10% and its base damage is lower by 30 points at all levels. The patch says it's 25, but if we compare the stats, we can see that it's minus 30 points. Next is MASHA. They increased the extra damage from her first skill by 0.5% on all levels. Sounds good? Well, not really, because the extra damage from her first skill is now reduced to 30% when hitting minions and towers. So they weakened the one thing that makes MASHA good, and that is destroying towers. Here is a comparison of damage on original server and advanced server using the same stats. As you can see, her damage is now weaker against towers. Next is Bruno's nerf on his passive skill. It now requires more skill damage to increase his critical chance. Previously, you need 5 hits to reach 20% critical chance. Now you need to hit 10 times to reach 20% critical chance. Weaker damage on Halkar's second skill when against minions or creeps. Here is a comparison of the damage. Franco users will not like this update. He now has higher damage on his second skill. But the cooldown of his ultimate is now longer. That's around 7 to 9 seconds increase in cooldown. Harriet's second skill cooldown is now longer by 0.3 seconds. Just when I was getting used to his skills, they nerfed him again. Xborg's last insanity is now weaker in the early levels. The damage remains the same at max level. Esmeralda now gains more shield with her first skill in the early levels. It's noticeable in the early levels but remains almost the same at max level. The attack speed boost from 1-1's ultimate is reduced by 10%. Remember, she needs to kill an enemy first from her ultimate before she gets an attack speed boost. It's gonna affect her ultimate's next target but not the first one. Nerf for the newest hero, Carmilla. Her first skill heal and damage is reduced by 10 and 20 points. Its mana requirement is now lower by 10 points. Her second skill stun is now shorter, from 0.75 seconds to now 0.6 seconds. The damage on linked enemies on Carmilla's ultimate is now lower, from 70% to now 50%. Beleric's first skill cooldown is now longer in the early levels. His passive skill damage is now weaker. Buff on Sylvanas' second skill. It now gives more shield and its magic bonus is increased. Pharsa's ultimate damage is nerfed. Its damage is decreased by 30 points on all levels. Now let's check out the changes on the revamped heroes. Lancelot's new passive skill now gives 10% damage increase per dash. Its maximum damage increase is 40%, which means you only need 4 dash to reach its max stat. Hanzo's first skill in Ghost form now has physical damage scaling. This means its damage can now be increased by items. The skill will also activate immediately if Hanzo gets an assist or kill, just like this.
Even stronger.
Mega kill!
All this is to make myself stronger.
Unstoppable!
The number of attacks on his second skill is reduced from 10 down to 8.
The ignorant. All of this is to make myself stronger.
Freya's basic attack speed is reduced by 5%. Her second skill damage is now weaker and they added 2 seconds on its cooldown. Natalia's passive skill damage is now weaker, from 450 plus 90% physical attack to now 300 plus 80% physical attack. Now let's look at the changes with the new heroes. Atlas can now slow the enemy's attack speed by up to 40% with his passive skill. Decreased damage on the second phase of his ultimate. His first skill damage is reduced by 20 points on all levels. Cecilian's first skill damage is adjusted once again. His release date is on February 11 server time. They adjusted the maximum damage of Lightning Truncheon from 1,200 down to 1,000 points. They've lowered it probably because Cecilian is about to be released in the original server. Flame Shot now has a new indicator. It makes it easier to see if you can push the target or not.
Why are you so cold?
Crystal of Aurora subscription is about to be available on the next update in the original server. Some effects in-game will be disabled for low-end phones to make sure that the game runs smoothly. Kufra and Esmeralda skin will be available on Valentine's Day. Last one is the new commander in Magic Chess, Abe, the Kung Fu expert. So what can you say about this update? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.